Hello learners, and welcome back. In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to determine the coordinates of a feature using latitude and longitude. Before we start working with coordinates, there are a few basic concepts that we need to understand first. The first concept is the relationship between degrees, minutes, and seconds. Remember this: 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Take a moment to remember these two facts because we'll use them throughout today's lesson. The reason we need to know this is because it helps us calculate the exact coordinates of a feature on the map. Now, another concept that learners often confuse is the difference between latitude and longitude. So let's look at them one at a time. Let's begin with latitude. These horizontal lines are called lines of latitude. This line here is 29 degrees, 31 minutes south. The next horizontal line below it is 29 degrees, 32 minutes south. Notice that the difference between these two lines is 1 minute. That also means the next line below would be 29 degrees, 33 minutes south, and the pattern continues. So remember this important point. Latitude lines are horizontal lines that run from west to east across the map. Now let's move on to longitude. Here we have another value, 30 degrees, 15 minutes east. This is a line of longitude. Unlike latitude, longitude lines are vertical. They run from north to south on the map. The next longitude line increases by 1 minute, so the next line is 30 degrees, 16 minutes east. Now let's look at the position of South Africa. South Africa lies south of the equator and east of the Greenwich meridian. That is why whenever we write coordinates, we use S for south when writing latitude and E for east when writing longitude. The equator is at 0 degrees, so as we move south, the latitude values increase. The Greenwich meridian is also at 0 degrees. As we move east, the longitude values increase. So here's a useful way to remember it. Latitude increases as we move south. Longitude increases as we move east. Keep that in mind because we're now going to apply it in an example. Let's now determine the coordinates of spot height 1124. We already know that latitude increases as we move south and longitude increases as we move east. Now, let's read the question. Determine the coordinates of spot height 1124. The first thing we need to do is identify what we already know. Let's start with the latitude. We can see that the spot height is just below the latitude line, 29 degrees, 31 minutes south. So we can already write 29 degrees, 31 minutes south. At this stage, we only have the degrees and the minutes. We'll calculate the seconds in a moment. Now, let's look at the longitude. The spot height is just to the east of the longitude line, 30 degrees, 16 minutes east. So we can already write 30 degrees, 16 minutes east. So far, we've identified the degrees and the minutes. The only part that's still missing is the seconds. To calculate the seconds, we'll need a ruler and a pencil. Using your pencil, draw a horizontal guideline from the spot height to the latitude scale. Then draw a vertical guideline from the spot height to the longitude scale. Take your time when drawing these lines. Make sure they're straight. This is one of the areas where many learners make mistakes. A small measuring error can lead to the wrong answer. Let's begin with the latitude. Remember, latitude changes as we move north and south, so we measure vertically. First, measure the distance between the two latitude lines. When I measure the whole block, I get 37 millimeters. Remember, this entire block represents 1 minute. And we already know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Now measure from the latitude line to the spot height. I get 9 millimeters. Now let's do the calculation together. 9 divided by 37 multiplied by 60 gives us 14.59 seconds. We always round our answer to the nearest whole second. So 14.59 becomes 15 seconds. Our latitude is therefore 29 degrees, 31 minutes, 15 seconds south. Now let's calculate the longitude. Again, we begin by measuring the whole block. When I measure it, I get 33 millimeters. Remember, this entire distance represents 60 seconds. Next, measure from the longitude line to the spot height. I get 21 millimeters. Now, let's calculate the seconds. 21 divided by 33 multiplied by 60 gives us 38.18 seconds. Rounded to the nearest whole second, our answer is 38 seconds. So our longitude becomes 30 degrees, 16 minutes, 38 seconds east. Now let's write the complete coordinates. Always remember this rule. Write the latitude first and the longitude second. So our final answer is 29 degrees, 31 minutes, 15 seconds south. 30 degrees, 16 minutes, 38 seconds east. Let's read that once more. Latitude, 29 degrees, 31 minutes, 15 seconds south. Longitude, 30 degrees, 16 minutes, 38 seconds east. And that gives us the exact coordinates of spot height 1124. Before we finish, let's quickly recap the important points from today's lesson. Remember, latitude lines are horizontal, longitude lines are vertical. Latitude increases as we move south, longitude increases as we move east. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. The whole block between two latitude or longitude lines represents 1 minute. Always measure carefully, draw straight guidelines, and always write the latitude first, followed by the longitude. The more you practice these calculations, the easier and faster they become. Thank you for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the next lesson. Until then, keep practicing.